All right, let's just get this out of the way now. I know you're dying to tell everybody. Please tell us what the weather is and why it's relevant this time.
It's warm.
Okay.
It's clear out.
No.
Well, it was. Now it's thundering and lightning.
Correct.
And it is not relevant, even the slightest. In fact, it really doesn't matter.
The one time the weather matters and you were not going to talk about it, it's relevant because if we're sitting here recording and all of a sudden the lights and everything go out, we're not recording anymore.
That means nothing.
It would mean more if we were live, I guess.
It would, because we can come back and do this again someday.
That's true, I guess. But either way, if you hear some wild-ass noises, it's either my kids
if you hear
or the weather. Then that would be the weather.
That would be the...
Hopefully not the kids.
That last little bit I did, might be the kids.
That could be the kids. Actually, a lot of that could be the kids. Did I tell you what happened the other day?
No, what happened the other day?
Out of the blue on our security camera, in the first 3 seconds of footage, all we see is Marnie ride her bike right into the side of the house, into the garbage can and everything.
How did she miss the house?
She didn't. She definitely slammed right into it. All you see is her come flying in.
But how?
And just bang. All you hear is noise, and you see her feet as she falls over.
It's literally the biggest thing on the property.
I asked her, I said, Marnie, can you please explain to me what happened in this video? She slowly tried to sneak out of the room, but Kayla, my wife, ratted her out. She's like, yeah, I have no idea what she was doing because she just slammed into the side of the house and she slowly got up and went, I'm okay, and then ran in the house. She goes, I'm pretty sure she ran inside to cry and she didn't want anybody to know.
Oh, yeah, she definitely did.
So, yeah, that
I wonder if she was in pain or embarrassed.
I don't know.
Just
walk it off.
Right.
Oh, man. That kid probably walks it off a lot.
Yeah, I get that feeling she does.
Yeah, no kidding. She said you fucking injured her today?
No. I threw the ball. It went past her.
All right, let's start from the beginning. So you're playing football.
Yes.
Where?
In your yard.
Okay.
And I threw the ball.
Okay.
And it went past her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so brilliant. She's running. And she thinks I'm right close behind her. So she dives for the ball that was on the pavement.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Dead ass.
Oh, my God. So anyways, that was a thing then.
Yeah, that was a thing.
I was going to say, I came home and her elbow's all bloody. And the minute I get out of the car, see what Adam did to me?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I said, okay, Marnie.
You're like, okay, you two were playing and you fell over or ran into the house again.
Okay, Marnie, let's figure out what actually happened since you're a walking hazard. She really is, though.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
Oh, man. I made a joke the other day about how they had to clean the stairs off.
Yeah.
Because they have this habit when they clean the living room to just, like, pile everything on the stairs. It drives me nuts. Our stairs are already steep, and then they pile shit on it, and it's 100 times worse. I told him, I said, you need to pick the shit off the stairs before Marnie falls down them.
I love how you're worried about the one kid you know is going to do it.
My wife pipes up and says, I wouldn't even worry about that. She fell down the stairs earlier today and there was nothing on them. This is like a common occurrence. Like this kid, I want to say maybe a month and a half ago, came flying down the stairs. She had sweatpants on and moccasins on, but she tucked the moccasins over... she tucked the sweatpants over the bottom of the moccasins.
Oh, my God.
So she was walking on her pants, came flying down the stairs, made it like 4 steps before she slipped, bounced down the rest, and got rug burn on her ass because there's carpet on the stairs.
That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie.
No, we've watched her even when she was younger walk into the same door like 3 or 4 times in a row.
You're like, what are you doing?
Like, go around it. It's still there. No, it was an open door, but it was like It wasn't like open all the way.
Okay.
So it was like halfway open, and then she ran into it, and it moved a little, and she just like ran into it again, and we're just like, you cannot be. And then she ran into it again. We're like, go around the door. You cannot go through it. Go around it.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Same kid when she was 4, maybe. Emergency room trip. She was on a 3-wheeled scooter, turned the handlebars too far, and popped her eye socket off the end of the handle of the scooter.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad when they did Ninja that everything was padded. I have pictures of Marnie, video and pictures, actually, of Marnie doing like the quad steps.
Yeah.
Where you got to jump from side to side. And it was literally, she would jump and catch with her hands and smack her face off the mat. And then turn around, jump to the next one, catch and smack her face off of it.
Oh, my God.
I'm surprised.
What a ninja.
I'm surprised this kid wasn't a walking blood trail. Like,
just boom.
One face hit after the next. Like,
right?
Ridiculous.
I got a cookie.
Okay. Did you steal it from Marnie after you pushed her in the driveway?
No.
Okay.
It was much better than that.
Okay, let's
So me and my dad went to the boatyard in Ithaca.
Okay.
For dinner one night, and they had a dessert that was called a sizzling cookie. Now, I'm a fat kid, so that was very interesting to me. So they bring it out on a hot pan with ice cream on top of it.
Okay.
And then they pour the cast iron is hot, and they pour the caramel on it, and it goes tss, and then you eat it. It's delicious.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why not?
1, I'm not like a big fan of caramel. 2, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, cake and ice cream, and like it's one or the other for me. I don't do both. I'm not an apple pie and vanilla ice cream.
See, it was nice because one was really hot and the other one was really cold.
I don't do any of those like, here's this dessert food and let's be crazy and put ice cream with it. I don't do that.
I usually don't, but it was really good because
like
the cookie was so hot.
What kind of ice cream was it?
Vanilla. It used to be banana.
No, see, fuck all that. You want to give me a cookie? Give me
cookie
fucking
dough ice cream.
Cookie dough, cookies and cream. It depends on what kind of cookie. If it's a chocolate chip cookie,
it was chocolate.
It should be a cookie dough ice cream.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because then you got a hot cold cookie combo.
That probably would have been better.
That would have been better.
That would have been better
without the caramel. Put hot fudge on it.
No, caramel.
No.
We used to have this argument when we went to McDonald's too.
Caramel.
Caramel. Hot fudge.
Tomato.
Tomato.
No.
Veggie table.
No, not a chance. If it's got veggie in it, you might as well throw it off my plate because I ain't eating it.
How do you survive without any vegetables?
Meat and potatoes.
That's it?
Yep.
Well,
Mr. and Mrs. Meat and potatoes.
Oh, my God. But yeah, I was just so excited. Like, I was looking forward to that freaking cookie all week long. Like, Dad told me we were going. I was like, I want that cookie. I want that cookie.
When we went to Vegas, I had, like, this peanut butter mousse pie.
Okay.
With hot fudge on top.
Oh,
it was so good. It was on an Oreo crust.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
We need to go to Vegas.
Just for the desserts?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. But no, I've never been like cake and ice cream. Just never have.
You're such a weirdo.
I've never been cupcakes and ice cream. Never been caramel. I know they still have it, but do you know what I haven't had in a long time?
What?
You know it's not hot fudge, but you know the chocolate you drizzle on top of the ice cream and then it hardens?
Yeah.
That.
So.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got to cut you off. We're on the topic of desserts.
Yes.
We made brownies with cheesecake in them.
Okay.
When I was looking for the no-bake Reese's peanut butter cookie like mix thing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and all I see is brownie cake mixes. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not in the right spot right now. Like, I don't see it, but it's more because I'm not in the right spot.
Okay.
Because I didn't see, like, the cheesecake mix that comes in a box. And I was like, all right, if I find that, I'll be in the right spot. And so I found it. It was out of stock. So I told my wife about it. And she didn't say anything, which was weird. Didn't say a word. Walks out of the room.
Okay.
3 minutes later. That's fucking gross. I'm like, what? She goes, I thought you were losing your mind. I thought you were just, like, stupid. She goes, they actually make boxed cheesecake mix.
She didn't know?
No idea. I said, yeah. Like, I had that my whole life. Like, you pull it out, it's basically like pudding that you make, but it's cheesecake.
Right.
I said there's the breadcrumb or the graham crackers in there to make the graham cracker crust with. Mm-hmm. I said, but we never used that. We'd always just buy a pre-made crust because it was easier. Pour the mix in that and then sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top. She lost her mind. Absolutely not. She's like, that is so gross. I'm like, it's really not. I said, did you never have cheesecake as a kid? She goes, oh, no, we did. But my parents made it from scratch.
Who has time for that?
Not me, but her parents. She grew up with culinary parents.
Okay, that makes more sense, but still, how'd they have time
Right.
for
I'm
that?
like, okay.
I mean, we don't work on our own cars, so...
Sometimes. When I can help it, I don't.
Right.
But no, so I'm like, we didn't all do that. Like, my parents didn't go to school for cooking. We didn't do that. We made it out of a box. It's like, that's fucking gross. And
but
then,
it's not. It's delicious.
How did you make it as a kid? Do you remember?
Vaguely. But I remember, I don't think my parents ever did.
Okay.
But I found a recipe where you take cream cheese and Cool Whip, mix the two together, crunch up a bunch of Butterfingers, mix
weird.
them in with the cream cheese and Cool Whip, and it makes like a cheesecake Butterfinger pie deliciousness filling, and then you put that into a graham cracker crust. Why are you giving me that look?
That's just weird.
No,
you took like a
delicious.
regular cheesecake and turned it into candy. That's not cheesecake anymore.
But it's even better. It's cheesecake plus candy.
It's like not cheesecake though. Do you know what would be actually kind of fun?
What?
So Karina eats all the frosting, the center out of the Oreos and just leaves all the cookies. I wonder if we could make cheesecake filled Oreos. Like
with Butterfinger pieces.
No, without Butterfingers. Are you obsessed with Butterfingers?
In that case, yes.
You like everything Butterfingers?
No, not everything. I don't think burgers would taste good with Butterfingers in them. I don't think you could use it for steak seasoning.
I really think that dad joke just went over your head.
Oh, it did.
Should I slow that back down, rewind that one?
Yeah, slow it down.
So you like everything but her fingers?
Oh,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I did.
Go ahead. Finally.
I don't even have anything to say to you. That Butterfinger pie doesn't sound delicious?
No.
You're broken.
All my hopes and dreams. Not really, but no. I've never been like huge on Butterfingers, honestly. Like Oreos. Yeah. I like Oreos. I like Oreo ice cream.
Realistically, you could do it with Oreos, though.
I like cookies and cream protein shake.
Yeah. I get you could do it with that. Instead of crunching up and using a hammer to hammer all the Butterfingers down, you could just do the same thing with Oreo or just buy Oreo
Do you use
bites.
an actual hammer?
Yeah, I do.
Do you open the packages first?
It depends on my mood. So here's the thing: when I'm making that,
'Cause
sometimes I find it easier to open all the packages,
right.
toss the whole Butterfinger into a Ziploc package.
Okay,
Do
but it's
that
still
to all of
contained.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you hammer them. Because when you hammer them before you take them out of the actual Butterfinger wrapper, every time you open that Butterfinger wrapper, you just get dust and you're like, and it just goes everywhere.
Now, do you let Freya help you smash them?
I haven't made it with her around yet, but honestly,
Because that would be a fun project.
it would be.
All I could think of when you said that, by the way, just now, every time my wife makes chicken parm or loaded chicken or anything like that, we can't talk on the phone. She'll put the chicken in a Ziploc bag and just beat the living shit out of it with a rolling pin.
Tenderizes it.
Yeah, I know. She's used. It's not just the tenderization; it's the flattening it part to try to like shape it. I guess sometimes I think it's just anger management and stress relief.
It didn't work.
I swear, every once in a while she calls me at work and she's like, "Hey, I'm about ready to start cooking dinner. We're having chicken parm." I'm like, "Okay." Say something stupid. I'm like, okay. I said, like, what? I don't know anything.
Something stupid.
I said, all right. You don't need coffee in the shower. She's like, all right, thanks. And then hangs up, but doesn't actually hang up and just starts beating the living shit out of the chicken, and I hang up.
That's great. So, you excited for camping season to be started?
Absolutely not. Why would I be? Give me a good reason to be excited for camping season.
Because you've got 4 kids and they love the outdoors.
That's great. They can go outside. Do you know what camping season means for me?
What?
Following assholes with oversized campers hooked to their F-150 and Toyota Tacoma trying to haul them around going 20 under the speed limit.
Okay, that I agree with, because my whole plan is rent a cabin and use the Tahoe for just hauling stuff, or just sleep in the Tahoe. Those are the 2 options I'm going to be utilizing this summer.
I do not look at campgrounds as real camping, and I do not believe in renting cabins to, quote, go camping.
Okay, why?
Because you shouldn't have just as much electronics in your camper as you do in your house. That's not camping at that point. So for somebody in the city, that's camping because all of a sudden you have a backyard.
Right.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere on a 100-acre farm. Like, if you want to go camping, call Grandpa. You can put a tent out in the woods. You'll be a quarter mile away from the house. No electronics, nothing. Sleeping in a tent on the ground.
Yep.
To me, that's camping. If the girls want to go camping, they can put a tent in the backyard. They want to go camping, grab your sleeping bags, go sleep on the trampoline.
See, for me, I like being able to charge my phone just so I can use it for directions to be able to go hiking and stuff without getting lost, because I've got a terrible memory.
Okay.
And I like to have lights at night.
Okay.
And a working bathroom. Otherwise, I would totally agree with you.
You've never, like, done the half squat against a tree and wiped your ass with the leaves on the ground next to you?
Nope. Nor do I want to.
Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Have you?
Yeah. 100%. Like, go on a run through the woods and you just got one that brews up out of nowhere on you and you cramp up. You just do, like, a wall sit basically against a tree.
I can't even do a wall sit. Do you see this?
I mean, you can use your hands and everything. You just basically wall sit against a tree, take a shit, wipe your ass. I learned a long time ago from my dad and my uncles, if you wear a shirt that has, like, the square pocket,
yeah,
they would come back from hunting, no pocket. Just...
That's only one wipe, though.
I mean, do the best you can, right?
Jesus. That's nasty.
It's only nasty if it streaks.
Because it won't.
You never know.
It doesn't just come all off at once. You have kids, you know this.
Not all the time. Sometimes you can get away with one.
Very rarely. I don't know. All right, changing.
anyways,
still about camping, but.
But anyway, so camping, like I said, for me, I don't see where, again, when you have the camper and you've got a TV and everything else, like, that's not.
No,
that's not
that's
camping.
not camping
I don't
at
see
all.
that as camping.
No. So, like, when I rent a cabin, it is literally 4 walls and a ceiling.
Right.
And the only time I've done that actually was I went out to the Adirondacks and I didn't want to deal with bears. So I wanted 4 walls and a door.
Bears?
Yeah, well, we saw a bear while we were there. It was a cute little campsite bear. It stole the guy's marshmallow. He was like, "This motherfucking bear walk up and steal my marshmallows." It was hilarious to listen to him after that.
I almost hit a bear on my way to work one time.
What?
Yeah. You probably don't know or don't realize or don't remember. So, this was a long time ago. This was 2009.
Okay.
2009, maybe 2010.
Somewhere in there. That makes sense.
When I was living at my mom's house, and I left for work and was heading towards, like, your dad's.
Because there was a bear in his yard at one point, so that doesn't
Yeah, do you know why
surprise me.
that is?
Why?
Because your neighbor, your dad's neighbor, used to get drunk and feed him.
What?
Yeah, he would get drunk and feed him. My dad was telling me a story about how he got drunk and he was out there feeding one of the cubs and, like, trying to play with it, and then he heard Mama Bear coming, so he fucking hightailed it out of there.
No way.
Yeah, they would pass through and he'd get drunk and feed him off his porch.
Wait, your dad did?
No.
I was going to say...
Your neighbor.
Okay.
Your neighbor was feeding him drunk off his porch. But no, I almost hit one down by your house or your dad's house the one day.
That
on my way to
explains so
work.
much. I was always wondering why they
Because
were because they would come right up to the house
yeah.
too. They're the only ones I had like ever seen. Like I knew there was bears there, but
I was on my way to work and I got down to the intersection and I was like, "That's a big ass dog or something. That ain't a deer. That's really black." And I started to drive forward. I said, and it took off running across the road. I said, "Holy shit, that's a bear."
growing up in the country was something different.
Yes, 100%. I love country.
Like Hilton, had bomb threats not too long ago.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of city.
No.
I will stay in the country.
Where the biggest threat is, everyone stay
Your
inside,
neighbor.
there's a bear. Or, hey guys, we got a bear problem in the neighborhood because freaking numbnuts over here is feeding them.
Right. No, but yeah, I mean, I could see, I guess, like in a highly populated bear area, not like being like, yeah, I'm gonna pitch a tent in the middle of nowhere.
Where it's one of the things, like when you read the campsite rules, they tell you we have bears here. Do not leave food outside.
Right.
That was my indicator because I was just gonna pinch a tent, and then I read that and I was like, how much is a cabin?
Yeah, that makes it a little bit different. Like being out in the woods on the farm behind the house, you're within distance if something's actually wrong that you can go and do whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But no, out in the pine trees, there'd been a few mornings. So like my whole childhood growing up, like if you went out early in the morning, it was always weird ass noises and shit.
Oh yeah.
So like the one morning, we were sitting there and it spooked my mom. We heard a bobcat like screeching. Okay. Yeah, we were like, nope, had enough, went inside.
Yep.
But we had German Shepherds growing up, and you'd get up first thing in the morning, especially during hunting season, and you could hear coyotes in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like walking on the frost and stuff, and you'd flip on the light, and all their eyes would light up. You'd have like 8 to 12 coyotes in the backyard, and our dog would just take off running and chase them out of the yard. It's the craziest shit.
Right. But that's where you want to go camping in just a tent.
I have. I slept on a tree limb. It was awful.
I slept on a tree limb.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was there.
So you went camping where there was routinely coyotes in the backyard.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Eat you?
Nah, they're more scared of you than you are of them.
They see people say that.
Yeah, you say that, but I'm pretty fucking scared.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no. So that's, like I said, to me, that's camping though. Kayla's grandparents, they have a semi and like a 30-foot camper, and their whole job is they drive around to all these campsites.
Yeah.
They build a map of the area for the campsites, and they get with all the local businesses as to who wants to be on this map and who doesn't.
Okay.
And then they stay at the campground, and when they get the map completed, they sell it to the campground, they move on.
That's pretty cool.
So when they're in the area, we go see them and visit.
Yeah.
But again, it's at a campground. So to me, it's like, for city people that, are in an apartment with no yard or anything, like, yeah, consider it camping. But to me, it just isn't. Like, for me, it's like, if you go outside and sleep in the backyard, you're further away from civilization than if you go to a campground.
You're 100% correct. But there's more things to do if you're on a campground.
That's not
I guess it depends on the campground too, really. Where I stayed, there was more things to do. But
a lot of them have pools and playgrounds and stuff like that. That's a recreational park. That's not a campground to me. Like I said, camping is I want to live like a early 1700s, 1800s settler where I'm going to get smallpox before I come back in the house.
See, I just have no interest in doing that.
But that's camping.
Well, but no. Well, then I want to just be outside.
That's fine. But don't call it camping.
Well, what am I doing then? Renting a cabin?
Recreational staying.
Recreational staying.
Yeah.
Isn't that... I think there's another word for
Call
that.
it pilgriming.
Pilgriming?
It's not camping. Camping's what you do when they're trying to bulldoze a tree. That was a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
I don't get it.
Oh, sorry. Let me try to make one that's more relatable to you.
Okay.
Camping is what you do when the stores close, but they got a new video game coming out when they open.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think you can do that
wait,
anymore.
no, it's not, because you just said I have to be out in the middle of nowhere, out in your backyard. At the video game store,
you can wait out in my backyard.
Oh, so, have you worked on a Tesla yet?
No.
Have you driven one yet?
Maybe.
So, I found out something a little funny. You don't actually have to open the doors on them.
Okay.
You walk up to it and you've got the card in your pocket, it'll open automatically.
That's got to be on some of the new ones then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So also, if you notice the decline in the amount of Volkswagen Beetles on the road?
No. Maybe.
Okay, so I have.
Yes. No.
So I have gotten rid of the punch bug, and I now call it the Tesla titty flip.
Okay.
Whenever I see a
A what?
Whenever I see a Tesla, I just go boop boop.
Okay. I see what you mean. I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? It's no more punch bug like slug each other. You're not seeing enough of them to keep hitting people. Is what you're saying.
So now it's the Tesla titty flip.
Okay. I'm not getting on board with that. Just so we're on the same page.
Why not? Wouldn't it be fun if you were just going down the road?
It would be so much fun to have my kids watching me constantly grope my wife while I'm driving. That is really high on my priority list.
As it should be.
Yeah, until my daughters are doing it in the back seat with each other.
Oh. Come on.
You know.
With your
No,
kids,
no.
they won't figure it out.
You
They'll be
know.
slapping each other in the head.
You kids take everything to the next level.
They do.
So it would start off with me doing it to my wife, and then them asking me why, and then me telling them why, and then Rain doing it to Marnie, and Marnie getting upset and doing it back to Rain, and then Rain hitting Marnie, and Marnie hitting Rain, and next thing you know, they're fighting in the back seat, and Karina's got her tablet, max volume, and Ira's crying about something, trying to stuff her binky in her mouth, trying to fall asleep, but the Yin Yang twins in the back won't shut up, so then I'm hitting the button on the dash to smack them in the back of the head, and then they're both like, what do you want? And I'm like, quit fucking hitting each other.
That's all going to happen anyway.
Oh, I know. It doesn't matter. That's like the average Sunday.
Exactly. So I don't understand what the problem is.
Sunday we went to my grandparents.
Okay.
And that's what we do. So we go to a family breakfast. We go to breakfast with my dad at his house every Sunday.
Okay.
And then we usually go down to my grandparents.
Okay.
I went down to my grandparents last Sunday, and I had to laugh because my grandparents were like, hey, do you got to hook one of them fancy computers up to your vehicle to bleed brakes? And I was like, I don't know. What do you mean? What year? And they're like, the Denali, it's a 12. I'm like, okay. I'm like, not really. Like, what? They're like, well, we did pads and rotors and new calipers, like, all the way around. We've gotten 3 out of 4 calipers changed. We're going to be doing the other one later. But we keep bleeding it, and we're getting fluid out really well, but we still got no brake pedal. And I was like, all right, well, if you got anything in the HCU, the hydraulic control unit and everything for the ABS, I said, you might not have a very good pedal. I said, if you stomp the brakes, like pull up into the farm and stomp the brakes, it'll activate the ABS, should push some air out if there's some trapped in there. Like, yeah, we don't really have a good enough pedal for that. If you want to take it for a drive and see what we got, you can. And I'm like, didn't you just get done telling me you don't have brakes?
This is a common thing in your family. You've told me before. You had your dad help you with your brake lines, and he told you to go up on the ramps, and you just drove off the other side because he didn't have any brakes.
I didn't have brakes.
Why does your family ask you to drive all these vehicles with no brakes?
To see that they don't have brakes.
Oh, well, that's cool. I'm so glad I
must have a really good life insurance policy that I don't know about.
Yeah, right? Someone's betting on you to not make it.
For any of you that are watching, my wife loves me, and she would never get an insurance policy out on me and then tell my family to tell me to drive vehicles without brakes because she loves me.
She definitely has a good insurance policy.
She does. She's got to.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, so they were like, you can take, I'm like, if you don't have a brake pedal, if you don't have brakes, like, I'm not going to drive it. They're like, well, it's out there if you want to look at it. So I go out there for shits and giggles, and I pull my phone out, and I look over the wheel, into the wheel well, down at the brakes, and the bleeder screw is at the bottom of the caliper.
So
I said, well, no shit, Sherlock. So I go back inside, and I was like, hey. They're like, yeah. I said, tell Uncle Kurt to switch the calipers from side to side. Said it should help if the bleeder screws are on top. I said, you can bleed all the fluid out of the bottom if you want, but if you don't bleed the air out of the top, you're never going to have a pedal.
Yeah, because air goes up and fluid go down.
Normally. So, I'm sure it's few and far between.
Okay.
But is there any punishments that you have for Freya when she's either not listening, not doing what she's supposed to, any of that kind of stuff? Is there like no TV, no tablet, any of that kind of...
Specifically. Usually we'll take away the tablet for a little while or something, but it's all kind of dependent on what she's doing too, because I try to make it directly impact, you were misbehaving with the TV. I'm going to take that away for 5-10 minutes or whatever.
Right.
And then just so that it directly impacts what she did.
Right. Completely understandable. And completely relevant. With one kid, you don't run into this. Multiple kids, we run into it all the time.
Okay.
The older two, Rain and Marnie, have started fighting with each other.
Okay.
Like, annoyingly so. Nitpicky, just miserable to each other.
Right.
So I've started implementing a punishment that my mom had for us when we were kids.
Oh, boy.
100% it is what you'd call the 90s kid punishment. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when my kids are fighting, they get a warning. After their warning, they hold hands, spin around in a circle, and sing Barney.
Yes.
I love you.
You love me.
But they never watched it as a kid. They never had that amazing pleasure.
Yes.
So not only did they have to spin around and sing it, but they had to learn the song.
Oh, God.
Also, one of the last times they were fighting with each other, it was outside. And I was like, all right, you want to fight and argue and yell at each other outside? Then you can sing very loudly so all the neighbor kids know that you guys love each other. So I marched them 3/4 of the way down the driveway almost to the road, and I had them at the end of the driveway there, spinning in a circle, singing Barney for about 5 to 10 minutes. And they were trying to be real quiet about it. And I told them, I said, you see, Mom? Mom's on the porch. Mom wants to hear you sing this. So they had to get a little bit louder. And then I said, listen, you need to yell it so Mom can hear you. So now I've got my two kids yelling at the end of the driveway, spinning in a circle. I love you. You love me. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah.
Yeah.
The icing on the cake, that cherry on top. Karina comes out of the house, goes, oh, I want to do it too.
Oh,
goes running down there and grabs her hand and starts spinning in a circle with them. She was having a blast. They were like,
That's
can we be
so
done?
much better.
I said, yeah, when you stop screeching and start singing it right. We don't know the words. I said, you better learn them because you ain't stopping before
You're
you
going
do.
to be there a while.
Yep. It was great.
Yep.
Karina and Ira have actually started trying foods lately, though.
Whoa, that's really cool.
3 days in a row now.
Wow.
The first night was mashed potatoes and gravy for Ira.
Okay.
And it's not like foods they've never had. Try them.
Right.
It's that they have, like Freya, the set foods that they'll eat and won't eat.
Right.
So I told him, I asked Ira, do you want some potatoes and gravy for dinner? She goes, no, I want my food. Like, a peanut jelly. And I was like,
A peanut jelly?
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
I was like, or we can have mashed potatoes and gravy. And she goes, no, peanut jelly. And I said, okay, I'll get you a plate with some mashed potatoes and gravy on it. And that's what I did. I went and I got her mashed potatoes and gravy.
She must have been so
And
mad.
I set it on the table and she goes, I want a peanut jelly. I said, I tell you what. I said, eat a bite of mashed potatoes and gravy and I'll make you a peanut jelly. She goes, no. So I took it and I put it on the fork and I blew it and I said, here, Ira, eat this. And she did. Then I said, all right, I'll make you a peanut jelly now. And then I told Karina, I said, Karina, your turn. And she goes, I don't want that. I want a sausage. She eats breakfast sausage all the time. And said, you can have a sausage after you eat a bite of mashed potatoes and gravy. And she fussed at me and I said, you don't have to eat it, but I'm not going to make you a sausage till you at least have one bite.
Right.
And then she fussed, and about 5, maybe 10 minutes later, she goes, just mashed potatoes, no gravy. I said, all right, fine by me. She ate the bite off the fork. I said, all right, I'll go make your sausage. That was day 1. Day 2, I came home. I said, we got chicken and french fries. Which one do you want to try? And Ira goes, I want a peanut jelly. I said, that's nice. I'll get you some french fries. Karina goes, and Karina goes, I'll try a french fry. I said, there we go. Look at that.
Look at that. Someone's learning.
So I gave Karina a bite of french fry, and she bit it like a chunk of watermelon, just like right out of the side of it.
Okay.
Pretty much. And then she goes, can I have a sausage now? I said, absolutely. And Ira, I handed her, and she was dead set. I was like, no, I don't want it. Like, that whole thing. She's 3, so I tried to, Ira, you take a bite of fry? No. Wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
And So then Karina does, and she's got the fry. And Karina just looks at her and goes, "Here, Ira," and hands it to her. And Ira takes it from her. I said, "Ira, you going to eat it?" "No." Turns, looks at the TV. Said, "Ira, is that good?" "Yeah." She ate like 5 French fries.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Ate 5 French fries, and then we made her peanut butter and jelly, and she didn't eat it. And then, like, tonight, we had steak and fries, but it was a different kind of French fry. I let him eat the French fries again, whatever.
Right.
Again, Karina looks at it, and she goes, "Why does this French fry look like this?" I said, "Because it's a different type of fry. That one's a steak fry." She goes, "Okay." Just eats a chunk out of it like a watermelon, and then got her other food. Ira did the same thing, not the whole watermelon thing, but same thing. She ate like 2 or 3 different French fries.
Okay.
And then she wanted a hash brown, so I give her a hash brown, and then I put a couple more fries on her plate for her. She goes, "No, not on my plate," and she hands me the French fries back. I was like, "All right."
Where are they supposed to go?
I don't know, but I handed her one back, and she ate it.
Not on my plate, just in my mouth.
Pretty much. But, so we're at 3 days in a row now. I'm going to keep track of how many days I get them to try something not in their wheelhouse.
Okay.
And see how many days I can get them to just eat something that was made for dinner. Whether it's a bite, a little bit of it, whatever, and start getting them into more foods. Because that was the other thing. You asked Karina, like, "Did you like it?" "Yeah." "Do you want more?" No. But you ate it, so I'm not going to complain.
Right.
It's those baby steps. So at some point, now that she's starting to try them, she'll just want to eat them with everybody else. That's the goal anyway.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah. There is some things you should not eat, though, to a certain level.
Like what?
Roadkill.
You should never eat roadkill.
Questionable.
Not questionable.
Questionable.
Nope.
I agree under most circumstances.
Okay, what are the circumstances where you can eat it?
When you hit it yourself. Like, I wouldn't just be driving down the road and be like, "Oh, look, a dead deer," and throw it in the back and bring it home to eat. But if I'm driving down the road and a deer sticks his head out like, "Oh, I wonder if I can cross the road right now," and I fucking bash its face in with the front end of my car, I'm going to take it home.
Because you're going to eat it.
At least the back straps, maybe the tenderloins. And then I'd call my mom and be like, "Mom, you're a hillbilly. How much of this can I eat?"
You're a hillbilly.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody knows what kind of roadkill is good roadkill, it's my mom.
Oh, jeez.
But I did that before on my way to your house. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I hit a rabbit right in the head. It was seasoned. It was good. Took it home. Did the same thing with a pheasant.
A pheasant?
Yeah. It tried to fly across the road low, and I pegged it.
It didn't make it.
Did not make it. But it was good eating. Like I said, if it's already dead and I'm just driving by, no. But if I get a good, clean hit on it, I'll take it. Why not? It's free.
It's dirty. It got hit by your car.
I'll wash the bugs off it.
I'll wash the bugs off.
That's the dirtiest part of my car. Have you seen all the bugs lately on all these cars?
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Warm weather came with the bugs. Oh my gosh. It looked like I went through a whole field of gnats the other day. You couldn't even read my license plate.
Uh-huh.
It's roadkill season, though, too.
It is. I saw like 4 raccoons on just one of my pickups. It was weird.
I've been seeing... I swear, right now, it's like... If you go 3 miles without something dead on the road...
You got lucky.
Pretty much. Like, it's just ridiculous right now. But again, all the nice weather and everything, all the animals are coming out.
Yeah. Right along with motorcycles.
Yes, it is breaking into motorcycle season now.
Yep.
I miss my bike at times.
I figured you would. But do you miss feeling like an asshole like some of the other riders?
No. I didn't feel like an asshole like some of the other riders. I feel like some of these other riders are assholes and give all motorcyclists a bad name.
Agreed.
Give me an example.
I was going down the highway the other day,
Okay.
and a rocket just comes by me, blows between me and another car in the center lane on the dashed white line.
So you mean they made their own lane?
Yeah, they made their own lane, and it was just, I mean, he fit, but God forbid I moved over at all.
Right. I saw something like that the other day. I pull up to a stoplight, and this motorcycle had been following this car. He got to the stoplight and moved over onto the right side of the car. The light turned green. The car started to go forward, and he just blew the line and went around him on the right.
Right. Like,
it's not just motorcycles, though. I was on
Oh, yeah.
I was on my way to Buffalo the other day.
Okay.
And got on the throughway, get up to about 80. Within the first 2 miles of being on the throughway, I'm next to a car. Like, I'm in the left, and I'm starting to go by them, and they're on my right, and out of nowhere, this fucking Audi with out-of-state plates goes over onto the right-hand shoulder of the road and goes around both of us at about 85, 90.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you got to be shitting me right now.
Happens all the time, my friend.
I can't stand people.
Same. I hate people. I
Why,
hate all equally.
Why be a fucking hazard, not just to you, but to other people?
Right. All just to get, you were already doing 80, so even if he was doing 90, he's only getting 10 more miles an hour out of it.
I'm sure the way he was driving that I don't fucking know. I don't know why you drive like that. That's just me, though. I will say lately, my throwing skills have been a hazard for the dog.
Oh, geez. Why is this?
He's on a perimeter collar, which is normally fine.
Until you throw something out of it.
Because normally it's Kayla or one of the kids like trying to throw his ball.
Yeah.
But the minute I get home, he's always dropping them at my feet like, oh, yay, someone that can actually throw is home. Yay. Can you throw this for me? Like, and then, my 10-foot jog's getting old.
And then you'll throw it, and he can't go get it.
So they gave me a lacrosse ball to throw for him the other day. And I shit whipped it out there.
Okay.
He took off after it. I don't know personally where the backside of his, like, perimeter is.
Right.
But we found it.
Okay.
I felt bad, but we found it. He's hauling ass after this ball, and all of a sudden I watched him U-turn come flying back. So it either started beeping or it zapped him. I'm not sure which. But he wouldn't go get it.
But he found it.
He found the end of it, and he wouldn't go get it. I had to send one of the kids to go get it.
That's funny.
Yeah, Rain had to go get it for him. And so then, because I was there, we took it off and started playing fetch that way.
Right.
And then he's got this stupid-ass Christmas tree toy. And I just throw that one like a Frisbee, and it goes flying through the air, and he loves that one too.
Right. Well, he loves anything if it gets thrown.
Yes. And honestly, he's got one ball.
Okay.
That I hate. Like, passionately hate.
Why do you hate
It's about
so much?
this big around, and it's got noisemakers in it.
Okay.
So, like, as it rolls, it's making noise. It's so obnoxious. I'm not even going to try to make the noise. It's just fucking obnoxious.
Oh, yeah? I'm going to try to make it? Come on.
So it rolls and it's like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh. No way.
Yeah, way.
It's like one of those 90 kids. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I throw it for him. The only time it's funny is when he has it positioned in his mouth the right way because he comes like jogging back and his head bobs up and down and goes whoop, 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 as he comes jogging back with it. Like that's the only time it's funny. But I really thought my wife was going to be mad at me.
Okay.
So when you keep in mind that I did not like this ball, he still brought it to me, so I was throwing it for him.
Right.
So I whipped it out a couple times, but it's bulky.
Right.
So I started trying to use it like a bowling ball.
Okay.
He brought it to me, and I'd fake him out, clear shot, bowl with it. Well, I shit whipped it out into the yard, and basically it hit like the well cap and blew a giant hole in the side of the ball and blew the ball apart. Like it was a plastic ball, but I grenaded it off the well cap. Like the whoop whoops came out.
The whoop whoops came out.
The whoop whoops came out. I gave them to the kids, and that drove her nuts because I brought it in and I held the pieces of the ball behind my back, and she's like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Well, I did what you asked, and I was playing with the dog." And she goes, "How the hell did you two do that?" And then all the kids came in the kitchen. They were like, "Dad." And I was like, "Don't worry. We can still have fun." So I handed one of the whoop whoops to Karina and one of them to Ira.
Oh,
and they were like, "What is this?" And I took Karina's hand and did one of those with it. And she was like, "Cool." And Ira looked at it and just started shaking it. So I was like, wait. So Ira starts fucking ripping it up and down, just shaking it all through the house, walking through the house. She goes, "Take those upstairs now. Those are not downstairs toys."
You've gotten so much trouble so fast right there, bud.
I don't know. I wasn't in trouble for blowing the ball apart. I was in trouble for giving the whoop whoops to the kids afterwards.
Yes. How did you manage to hit the well cap, though? That's not that big.
I mean, it's this big around. It's just bowling.
I guess.
I don't know. At least it wasn't the dog that hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, that dog, man, he would have just bam right in that well cap.
I've watched him bash his head off the doorway trying to turn around more often than not. Like, he'll be halfway in and you say something and he turns his head and, like, just fucking rails the doorway. He's been hanging out with Marnie too much. I don't know what else to say.
Just totally accident prone.
He's been hanging out with Marnie way too much. I hung out with Chad the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we went to a show together.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yep. And then a couple days later, I called him, and believe it or not, he answered.
Wow.
Yeah. And now I think he's dead in a bathroom at Fast Track somewhere.
Why do you think that, of all things?
So I called him because we were having problems with the hot water heater.
Right.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
But I called him, and he was like, "Yeah, I just went and helped my brother pick up his truck." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to stop and get gas, go inside, use the bathroom and stuff." I'm like, "All right." He goes, "Yeah, I'm there now." He goes, "Let me go and use the bathroom, and I'll call you back."
Okay.
Okay. That was 4 days ago.
He hasn't called you back?
Nope.
Have you went to that Fast Track?
No. I called him yesterday, and he answers. He goes, "What's up? I'm at work, sir." I said, "You're alive?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "I didn't know if you were dead somewhere in a Fast Track bathroom when you were supposed to call me back and never did." And he goes, "I was supposed to do that, wasn't I?" I said, "Yeah, you fucking idiot, you were." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't do that." I said, "No shit." He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "Obviously." I said, "But I'll let you go since you're at work." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Don't even say it." He goes, "I'll call you back." I said, "No, you won't."
You won't? Has he called you back since
No.
then? Of course not.
Nope. But yes, we were having problems with the hot water heater.
Yeah, you were.
It leaked out one of the heating elements all over the controller and ruined the whole thing. So we originally had like a good hot water tank where we get 20 minutes, half an hour of hot water, no problem.
Okay.
Then out of the blue, we had 6 to 8 minutes. And then we put the new one in because we got it warranted. We got the exact same one. We put it in, and we had 0 minutes of hot water.
Well, that's not good.
No good. We didn't have hot water for like 2 days.
Okay.
One of the elements in it was bad. So we had to warranty the element and put a new element in it.
Oh, my God. So your brand new one didn't work.
It was a whole endeavor. I will say, though, the company made everything right.
Well, that's good.
We essentially what they did was the one they warranted, they just had us get refunded the cost of what it is now so that we could buy the same one back if that's what we wanted.
Okay.
Which is very nice because the last fucking appliance that I had that went bad under warranty, they're like, we're going to refund you your purchase price. I'm like, no, I want a new unit. Like, well, we don't do that. I said, well, let me explain something to you. I bought this unit on a 4th of July sale. I cannot replace this unit for what you're about to give me back for it. I want a unit. It broke under warranty. And like, it doesn't work that way. I said, can you please explain to me why it is that the appliance that I bought from you that is now broken under warranty is going to cost me money to replace?
Yeah.
Why is it that your unit had a catastrophic failure, no fault of mine?
Right.
The repair guy, he looked at it, he goes, holy shit. What? He goes, you need a whole new unit. And we're like, oh, shit, did we do something? And he's like, I don't know. Did you wash an oversized load of shoes? No. He goes, then no. He's like,
that bad?
So it was our washer.
Right.
The counterweight snapped a bolt off. So the counterweight was bolted to the front, snapped a bolt off in the unit, broke the counterweight, and put a hole through the drum. He said, he goes, you would have had to wash multiple loads of only shoes to do something even close to this.
Wow.
He goes, you didn't. He goes, this is nothing you did. This was a defect.
Yeah.
Catastrophic failure. He goes, I'm going to have him replace the whole unit. We said, good, that's what we want. We bought it on sale. It was supposed to be like a $1,300 washer. By the time we got it on sale and everything, we paid like $700.
Right. So you don't want to spend $600 on something that was their problem.
So we call and it's all under warranty, and we're like, we want a new unit. They're like, we don't do that. We'll only refund you your purchase price. I said, my purchase price was during a sale, and I can't replace it for that. And they're like, well, that's all we can do. I said, so you're telling me your unit that failed under warranty is now going to cost me money to replace?
Yeah.
That's basically what they said. They're like, well, I mean, if the new one's more than what you paid for. I said, it's going to be. And then we called up Lowe's, and they're like, yeah, by the way, funny enough, that unit that you bought less than a year ago is not anything we carry anymore, basically because they had issues. So It's now this model, and it's more. And we can't get you the identical color to what you already had.
They're probably trying to save as much money as they can as the manufacturer, which is why they decided to just give people back the purchase price.
So then we were like, what in the actual shit? So I will say, though, that we got it from Lowe's, and management there tried to take really good care of us.
Right.
They heavily discounted the one that we had to replace it with to where it only ended up being like $150, which is a lot better than the multiple hundred we were going to have to spend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went 2 days without hot water, and that was a fucking cold shower Monday morning before work.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We have hot water again.
Bet you were awake.
We got hot water again. So nice.
It feels so good when you haven't had it, doesn't it?
Yep. I will say, though, I did not sit down for that cold shower.
Wow.
I stood up and I froze my ass off, shivering the entire time.
I'm proud of you. You stood like an adult.
Yep, and then we got hot water back, and I just fucking sprawled in the bottom of the tub, just,
this feels so good. See, that time around, I can't blame you. I would have done the same thing if I didn't have hot water.
It's like putting a heated blanket on in the middle of winter. It's just like, so nice.
That was the chair. That was not me.
Oh, bullshit. All right, so I have a conflicting opinion on this.
Okay, what?
I didn't know if it was going to be nasty or if it would actually taste good. The other day, we called to order pizza.
Okay.
We have to get pizza from Fast Track because that's the only way it looks the right way for Karina to eat it. She is OCD about her pizza. Okay?
Okay.
And every time we get pizza, we got to get 1 chicken bacon ranch and 1 pepperoni.
Okay.
So we call Fast Track. Hey, like to order some pizza. Need 1 chicken bacon ranch and 1 pepperoni. They said, ooh, that might be a problem. She goes, okay. They said, we're out of chicken. So Kayla looks at me. She goes, they're out of chicken. So Karina said, hey, they're out of chicken. Is it okay if we just get a pepperoni pizza this time? And she looked at me like she was going to lose her shit. She was like, no. And I'm like, they don't have chicken. And my wife the guy hears this on the phone, and she looks at him, she's on the phone, and she goes, hey, can you make that without chicken? Just like make me a bacon ranch pizza without the chicken on it? He's like, yeah.
It's a pretty weird request, but
she's
yeah.
Like, I got a 4-year-old, and she has to have her chicken bacon ranch. So if you could just make that without the chicken, like, that'd be awesome.
Right.
So we got a bacon and ranch pizza.
Oh, that's wild.
Like,
that honestly doesn't sound bad, though. Just bacon, ranch, and cheese.
Honestly, it was pretty greasy. Because there was, like, so much freaking bacon on there.
Right.
Like, it didn't taste bad, but it was definitely
greasier than normal.
Yeah.
Well, he probably put extra bacon on it, knowing that you guys didn't have the chicken.
Literally did.
Yeah.
We took it for work as leftovers.
Okay.
And
that's why you asked me if I wanted bacon ranch pizza. Okay.
That's exactly why. Yeah, no, at work, like reheating it, it made it all worse. I was like, oh. I ate like a slice and maybe a half, and I was like, no, time to retire this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to function today.
Right. Still have half the day to go through. You can't be going, oh my God, so much grease.
Be like, hey, so we got this one that we need you to look at for a misfire. Nope, I ain't laying over the front of nothing.
Can I test drive something for some tire noise?
Can I go drive something for monitors for a while?
I don't care if you pay me.
Right. Yeah.
I probably got to go for a test drive, too.
Where?
West?
West?
West.
West?
West.
West?
West.
North?
Okay, home.
Okay. Home? Isn't it a little early to be going home?
It's late as hell.
How late is hell? Should have been here 20 minutes ago. All right. Well, if you made it to the end of the video for whatever reason, thank you and subscribe.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.